Hello and welcome to another video. I want to talk about mental health. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Now, if you are going around saying someone has mental health issues, what I hear is someone that's struggling in life. They are in and out of hospitals, they're on medicine, they just, they need a little extra help. Um, just really going through a lot, and this is a serious issue in their personal life. And there's nothing wrong with that because we all have gone through something. Some of us are able to dig ourselves out, and then there's some who need extra help. But I have yet to run into anyone who hasn't gone through something heavy that affected their personal life. Young, old, rich, or poor, everybody has gone through something that has affected their mental health. In some cases, some people even take themselves out of here because it's too much to handle. I briefly touched on my story years ago when I went through depression. After finding out that my son's father was unfaithful and even got another woman pregnant, it was a very numbing, hard time for me because there was so much disrespect and I was not protected in that situation. Now, prior to me finding out what was done, I was fine. It was just my little family. I was blindsided by the entire thing. So it did take a toll on my mental health. I was depressed. Now, I don't know any woman, unless they were faking in the relationship, who wouldn't be affected by such a blow. I took time to heal from that, and with God's strength and love, I was able to pull myself out of a dark period. God came through literally and pulled me out of what the devil was trying to use to destroy me completely. Now, with that situation, I decided I wasn't going to decide to allow it to become my entire life story. And believe me when I tell you, God is so powerful. His love and power alone wasn't going to allow me to go down, even though the enemy kept wanting to drag me there. I stayed single for years after what I went through and was even supportive to my son's father and even loving on his new son. And anybody that knows me know I love children. Children are innocent. They didn't ask to come here. I would even encourage my son's father any chance I could get to get himself together because he has two sons now. And I had to heal in order to get to that stage. I didn't date or anything after my heartbreak for years. It wasn't until 2018 I decided to give dating a try. And I dated a local barber who would cut my son's hair. One day he decided to ask me out, and I accepted, nervous and all. I decided to give dating a try. Now, I'm not going to speak bad on this man. He's from my past, and the few times we went out on dates, he introduced me to some amazing food and very fun dance spots that he and I would enjoy together. The dating did not last long. He had a lot of unhealed past trauma he needed to work on, and I could see that. This man was ready to get married and everything. I think it was like 2 weeks of dating. But there was some red flags on the playfield, and I had not known him that long. There were some things that really scared me about him. And every time I would bring it to the surface, he seemed to make things worse. It seemed to make things worse, excuse me. So there was some good and bad mixed in there, but I pray today he's somewhere doing a lot better, maybe even took some time to heal, and hopefully dating a wonderful woman. So that situation did not last long. Some women would have taken advantage of him. He had money, his own nice house, nice vehicle, very generous person. A lot of women would have jumped on the train, toxic and all, and stayed the whole ride. But I saw a beautiful hurt man who needed a lot of healing, and this was something I could not do for him. I always say when a relationship ends, please don't jump into another situation. Depending on how it ended, take that time to heal, love on you, pour that love and healing energy back into you. Give yourself time and allow God to bring someone in for you. We are so impatient, and a lot of us just don't want to go that route. A lot of us can't even be alone with ourselves, and it's sad. If God puts you in isolation, a spiritual timeout, I like to call it, this is his way of getting your attention because the route you were going would had ended you maybe in the hospital or worse. Do you know how many young men or women wish they could get a second chance at life and maybe listen to that elder or best friend giving them wise advice? And maybe being single, so many young people are in a grave right now because they didn't want to let go and heal. They didn't want to allow God in the driver's seat of their life. So many people in unhappy marriages fighting serious health issues because they didn't want to wait on God. Now, my point in telling this story is some people who knew what I went through wanted to use my heartbreak and my dark period as a chance to paint a false picture of me, as if what I had gone through was my entire life story. And I felt the need to speak on this issue because apparently we live in a world where very perfect people exist. These same people won't tell you they are battling heavy demons at this moment. They won't tell you they babysit an alcohol bottle and can't even wake up and start the day without draining a bottle dry, or people abusing drugs just to get through the day. Because what they show you is a perfect, polished, flawless individual who don't do nothing wrong, and they spend their days watching someone else's life, zoning in to pick them apart, looking for any crack or flaw to gossip about. But yet you gather to see someone from your past doing well, and you see people actually loving this person. And the first thing you do is bring up their past and what they've gone through. Oh, you know she has mental health issues. Oh, you know she sleeps around. Oh, did you hear she's a gold digger? She's this, she's that. I mean, the list goes on. And when people do their own research, they don't see that. They see a person who went through something and overcame it by the power of the Holy Spirit. And instead of them staying down in that dark pit, they got up and did something about it. They started a channel and started telling their story to help other women or men who may be going through similar things. You know, posting uplifting videos to help others. This is what the world needs at this moment. So, before you run around saying someone has mental health issues, remember a doctor is going to have to diagnose them with that. They're going to have to show signs of being in and out of hospitals, constantly on medicine, can barely function. I pray for people like that, but that was not me. I went through depression, and that was it. You know, heartbreak is very serious, and I'm grateful that God gave me the strength to get through that. And I'm here today to speak on my story and hopefully help other people. So I just want to make a not so quick video about that. And I will see you on the next one.